Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. How is it going? So today in this video, we are going to talk about Slime Web Novel Chapter 240. Final Decisive Battle. Now without wasting time, let's start the video. Datta and Kondo were calm without batting an eye despite being called fakes. They faced Carrera and Ultima without any emotions could be felt. No, they naturally had no emotions. Velda looked at the demons who got angry and without his expression changing ordered eliminate the hindrances. And so, the fight had begun. Ultima exchanged blows with Datta. Carrera and Kondo aimed their guns at each other in a short range. The battles between the two pairs were intense, but the match clearly showed who's superior in an instant. Bloody Bite, which unleashed by Ultima, was parried by Datta without being overpowered by it. And then, he pierced through Ultima's chest, whose stance was broken, with his crushing fist. He refined enormous energy and assimilated it with his fighting spirit, and concentrated it on his fist. And then, the massive unleashed fighting spirit caused explosive destructive power. While coiled around like a snake, it devoured the inside of Ultima's body. Ultima was conscious, but she couldn't move her body. Carrera likewise fell on the ground. They had fast drawn their guns at extreme speed and simultaneously fired their bullets, but the power discrepancy was too great. The bullets, which are refined energy bullets, due to the difference in energy density, one sides had their bullets burst and disappeared. The bullets that Carrera fired had disappeared. Wah? By the time she was surprised, it was after a large amount of energy had been deprived from Carrera's body. While confronting Velda, Malim was observing the fight with side glances. She realized that the demons had no chance for winning against Kondo and Datta from their exchanges just now. Moreover, she was concerned about the third memory orb Velda had. This is very bad. I didn't expect it, for him to really have strength surpassing true dragons. It seems my thoughts are a bit naive. The only thing Malim could do was to unleash all her power to crush Velda. Malim prepared to fire a full-power Drago Nova while needing fighting spirit inside her body. Malim had not given up yet. Malim kept analyzing the situation calmly. Well now, Malim. It's about time for you to give up and be obedient. No matter how you struggle, you understand that you have no odds of winning, do you? Humphrey, say whatever you want. If you wanted a child, you should have made one with that insolent person who called herself my mother. Although she met a foolish end. Don't misunderstand it, Malim. What I wanted is not really a child. The only one who stands next to Velda is Lucia. I thought that I could recreate Knowledge Lord Raphael if I granted it a physical body and name, but... What? Ah, as expected, it seems the Manus created from Justice Lord Michael couldn't become Lucia's soul. It's a disappointment for you too, right? If only I could reproduce Knowledge Lord Raphael that Lucia previous had, it can be said that reviving the soul that created the skill is possible. If I succeed that far, I only need to plant memories to the soul again. It can be said as a reverse process of a soul creating the skill, but it seems to be more difficult than I thought. It was the most probable method though. Velda answered Malim's question. You bastard, in order to revive my mother, you created the memory orb? That's right, so what? Reviving a soul is very difficult, but if the same skill can be created, the characteristics can be said pretty similar. That's why it's important for ultimate skill Knowledge Lord Raphael to be created. You bastard, such a... Malim was made speechless. But, well, I didn't think that it would fail, even though I granted Michael the body I had preserved. Moreover, I ended up losing the precious body. This was a failure. So, as the last resort, I think that me making a child with you will be the most certain way. If it's you who is Lucia's daughter, wouldn't you be able to give birth to a body similar in terms of DNA? With just a bit of tampering, I can change it to the same body as the original Lucia. You are crazy. Is that so? And, for an instant, Velda disappeared and Malim received an impact on her abdomen. Although she took a defensive stance right away, Velda's fist easily broke through her multiple barrier, and the fighting spirit she needed with a lot of efforts ended up dispersed. Just like that, Malim was thrown to the ground. Testerosa accurately analyzed the current situation and judged that her chance of winning was 0. Given the situation, there was only one way that Testerosa could do. Good grief. I didn't expect that Velda is such an existence. However, well, we had accomplished the supreme command we received from Rimuru-sama to break the Heaven Gate. It could be said the plan is a success. If it's Rimuru-sama, he would have started with the next plan, I guess, so I should earn some more time. Testerosa switched her thoughts and began to stall for time by verbal attacks. There is no feelings and no souls either. You two are moving sophisticatedly for a hollow doll. However, it's hilarious. Testerosa said those words pompously, watching for their reaction. Although those two were like robots without emotions, won't they get confused due to the inconsistencies as they are precise machines? So Testerosa had such a prediction. Hilarious? What do you mean, young lady? Datta asked calmly. Moreover, the one who answered was not Testerosa, but Kondo. It's simple. This demon, Carrera, seems to have taken over my ability, even my soul. But, I don't have memories of it. The person I have given my soul to is hostile against Velda-sama with some kind of goal. Guessing from the circumstances, it would be natural to think that some part of my memories was inconveniently rewritten. Don't you think so too, Datta? Isn't it possible that our souls were stolen? No. I won't allow such unsightly conduct. Kondo declared confidently. Datta also nodded. Datta agreed to Kondo's explanation. Testerosa looked at Kondo with a slightly surprised expression. However, at the same time, Testerosa realized from looking at Kondo's clear eyes that even if she thrust many contradictions to him, he wouldn't be confused or change sides. But, does it matter? Don't worry about it, Datta. We just need to carry out the mission given by Velda-sama. As Testerosa thought, the man reproduced from Kondo's memories pointed the muzzle of his gun towards Testerosa without hesitation in his eyes. Humph. I thought that I would able to earn slightly more time, but it was meaningless, I guess. Rimuru-sama, it doesn't mean we're dead. Please, give us your forgiveness. Testerosa stood proudly till the end. However, rather than giving up, she concentrated her consciousness in order to activate the secret technique of reincarnation with her strong will and pride as the strongest devil lord in her heart. However, the secret technique of reincarnation was never activated. That was because it was no longer necessary. The last struggle Testerosa had done was not pointless. One shot was fired. Exactly at the moment when the assassin's bullet broke through Testerosa's multiple barrier. Kufa-fufa-fu. Testerosa, you're not permitted to die without permission. Rimuru-sama will be angry, you know? The bullet was stopped exactly in front of Testerosa. A smiling Diablo suddenly appeared and stood next to Testerosa, while holding the bullet with his fingers. Diablo, you were late, you know? I didn't plan to die, but it was just one step before I got annihilated, you know. Kufa-fufa-fu, excuse me then. However, didn't you gals proceed without permission after destroying the Heaven Gate? Testerosa lightly shrugged her shoulders to Diablo's inquiry and changed the topic. So, may I leave those two to you? I'm afraid to say, it might be hard for me alone. However, there's no need to worry. Because it isn't just me who came to this place after all. Could it be, Rimuru-sama too? No. It looks like Rimuru-sama will come after the removal of the flying insects is confirmed. Therefore, I wanted everything to be over until then though. Diablo looked at Datta and Kondo and smiled wryly. He glanced to look at Velda who fired lights towards Malim. Kufa-fufa-fu. As expected, they're fast. It seemed those people have arrived. However, everything is going as planned, I suppose. What? Immediately after Testerosa responded to Diablo's mutter, an explosion occurred centered on the place where Malim was. Kondo withdrew to the rear while being cautious of Diablo, and Datta also moved instantly in front of Velda to protect his master with his body as a shield. Looking at the unexpected explosion, Velda slightly clicked his tongue and grumbled more hindrances are coming. Appeared besides and in front of Malim were figures of 5 people, Guy and Chloe, also the 3 true dragons. Velda glanced at Guy and the others unpleasantly. And then, he opened his mouth. Geez. Because you came together with everyone, does this mean you're going against me? Hey, Vulzard? Silence. You're an imposter who impersonates my Annie Ue. Now that you mention it, why did I ended up thinking that a bastard like you is my Annie Ue? Vulzard cut down Velda's question and clearly showed her hostile intention to him. Velda's domination on her had already been lifted off by Guy and lost its effect. Now, there were no more gaps inside her heart to be taken advantage by control-type ability. Velda sighed and shrugged his shoulders. He annoyingly said, you all really are troublesome, and his mouth curled wickedly as he thought of something good. That's right, I shall call out a person you all dearly missed. I'm kind after all. While speaking so, He took out the last memory orb from his pocket. Guy. As if I will let you. Guy reacted to Malim's shout and unsheathed his sword with great speed to attack Velda. While evading the attack easily, Velda said, "You're too slow." And laughed. And then, a human was created. What is this place? Or rather, what happened to yours truly? Velgrind turned pale when she saw that person. Guy and Vulzard too. The reason why was that person was Guy's best friend and the subject of Vulzard's jealousy. And also, he was Velgrind's partner. That person's name is Rudra Nazca. Velda's trump card who foresaw the defeat on the surface was now manifested its form. 3 people stood like protecting Velda. Damrata and Kondo were on his left and right with Rudra in the center. Confronting them were Guy, Malim and the 3 true dragons. There was also Chloe and Diablo. Testerosa retrieved Ultima and Carrera and treated them. Testerosa nodded satisfyingly as she saw her colleague calmly stand beside those people without feeling timid. So guys, this was all for today's video. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.